He is that all-American success story because, you know, he got into some antics when he was a teenager, but he was very successful in his career always through life, and he wanted to own his own business, and that is what JA is about, is entrepreneurship and the true evolution of the American dream, and you can't have it, you just have to work for it.
I went door to door like a postal worker, crossing the street back and forth, doing applications and delivering my little brief resume. And by noon of that day, I made it to Texas Eastern, which was at that time where Centerpoint is, across from the courthouse. And Clyde Bain at Texas Eastern said, "Would you move to Houston?" And I said, "Well, you better believe I'll move to Houston." I met Ginger actually in Rotary. She was a neighbor and lived down the street, but I didn't know her, and all I knew is she was beautiful, incredibly talented, charismatic, and when I met her, or I saw her at Rotary one day, I couldn't help but sit with her and began to talk to her.
We actually saw each other for about 2.5 years, and of course we began to get committed in a way, but I'm not sure we were quite both ready to take that final step. And he was the one that Christmas Eve after church at First Methodist suddenly got inspired, and he said, "Well, so what would you say if I ask you to marry me?" And I said, "So what would I say if you asked me, or are you asking me?" And so he said, "I'm asking you." I said, "Well, then I would say yes."
Tommy told me one time after we was traveling and everything, Dudley said, "I got to talk to you about something serious." And I said, "What's that, Tommy?" He said, "I'm going to get married, and I want you to be my best man." I said, "Well, Tommy," I said, "that's wonderful." I said, "By golly," I said, "who is the lucky girl?" He said, "Ginger Clark." I said, "Ginger Clark, wonderful." I said, "Well, you're not the lucky girl, you're the lucky guy." So anyway, we had a wonderful time. They had a wonderful wedding. Everything was fine. And as you say, they married and lived happily ever after.
I first met Tommy Williams over 20 years ago in the Koinonia Sunday School class at Knoll Methodist Church, where he uttered the famous lines, "Having a baby will not change me one bit." I knew from the moment I heard that as a psychiatrist that this was my kind of guy.
He's willing to work hard and long, and that goes a long way towards any kind of success. And he's not afraid to work.
His energy, his enthusiasm, his willingness to step forth and go ahead and take the lead when necessary, and also to turn the lead over as soon as it's practical and pragmatic to do so. I mean, those are the sorts of things that you see in people who really get things done.
I think one of my dad's best qualities is that he motivates people to work hard. And I wasn't really a hard worker as a child. And he motivated me to do well in high school and do well in school, so I got into LSU. And he's motivated me to get through college, and now I'm a finance major just like he. You know, he's a financial advisor. And he's motivated me to do what he does and be successful like he is.
Tommy's very outgoing, he's very friendly, he makes friends real readily, and he's sincere, and he's really done a real wonderful job in his new business. He has a lot of good friends, a lot of people that trust him. He's real trustworthy, besides he's a doggone good businessman.
Sarah is the light of my eye. You know, she is now 20 and is down at LSU getting her finance degree, which, contrary to popular belief, is not something that I've influenced, but I don't think.
A lot of people, I think, get the impression that my dad is like purely business oriented and works all the time, which he does work a lot, but I think a lot of people miss the weekend dad where he's at the Harley shop with Cody Mayo and Vance Bales and his good friends, and he's wearing his chaps, and he goes running with one of his best friends, Dean Robinson. And he has a lot of outside of work hobbies that I think a lot of people don't know about, and it makes him a really fun dad.
I tell you one thing, I was kind of worried about him. He was quite a jogger. Tommy jogs a lot. He jogs a lot with Dean. And I understand sometimes they jog as much as 20, 25 miles. And I said, Tommy, I said, I'm just kind of worried about you jogging all that much. I said, don't you think that you're going to wear out your knees and your ankles more? Oh, no, doctor. Yeah, that's fine. I said, I feel real good when I jog. I said, well, I guess that's fine, but I said, I think if the good Lord wanted you to jog that much, I think he'd put hooves on your feet. And Tommy just died laughing.
We've run 20 years together. We've run at least 5 marathons together, and he has never failed in that respect. He is a continuous source of rich material, and I can tell you right now that I've learned far more from him than he has from me, and I'm very blessed in that regard. Out of nowhere, someone decided to change lanes without seeing him and ran right into the bike, causing a horrible fracture of his left tibia. He somehow managed to keep the bike upright and pull over to the side of the road, got down and sat down until the ambulance came and got him, and by the time they got him to the hospital, he was in shock because it was a severe fracture. I got the word shortly after that and went to see him in the hospital. And his first words to me were, I'm going to run. I'm going to run again, because he knew, even as sedated and as injured as he was, that he had had a bad injury, but he was absolutely determined that he wasn't going to let it keep him down.
Well, he has done an extraordinary amount of work in the community, not necessarily in his business, but in his community. Not only the Junior Achievement, he's been active in the Chamber of Commerce, he's been active with community renewal.
He's committed to continually making it better and to giving back in any way that he can. And he does it from his heart. He has never done it from a standpoint of, well, this could help my business or this could put me in the spotlight.
This city is important to him. So there are many things that he has contributed to, many causes that he's advanced. And one thing that he does over and over again is make sure that he listens to and respects other people's points of view, while at the same time absolutely putting his take on things and his experience and his wisdom out there so that others can benefit as well.
Tommy came up with this Hall of Fame, and that has virtually funded the Junior Achievement for all these years.
Going back to my father, he was not an educated man, but he never, ever, ever, ever quit. And I would say that if it's great to have a great education, and the more of it, the better, the higher the GPA, the better. All those things are very true, but being able to hang in there when everybody else has gone home, being the first one there and the last one out, and just don't quit.
He's a good guy. He's a wonderful financial planner. He's helped me a lot with my business, and so I'm real happy with Tommy.
I can only say that I'm always proud of him, and that I know that for him this is like a dream, because it's putting him, I guess, in a spotlight that he never thought would shine on him, in just a really way that maybe his community really does think he's special. I know he is.